Welcome to the midterm presentation for Aspire Financial's Data Migration and Visualization Project by Group 6. Our team consists of myself, Anmol Maan. I'm the project lead. And Korede, he's our developer. And Nikita and Astha, our analysts. Next slide, please, Nikita. For introduction, Aspire Financials is a profitable investment bank, and they have various investment products, and they're looking to expand their business to different markets. But currently, their own premises and on-premises servers are being stressed from increasing business requirements, and to meet their business need, they need to migrate their data to a cloud platform and revamp their business dashboards. This project is really important for Aspire Financials to expand their business and update with the latest technologies, because clients' presence in the industry is increasing, and there's a potential to establish more revenue sources. But the current systems that they have lack the ability to support their rapid growth. And by removing their dependency on the outdated on-site software and hardware, the client can expand their business exponentially. So Nikita will carry on with the project objectives now.
Yes, so thank you Anmol for the brief introduction. So coming to the project objectives, our main project objectives are gain an understanding of an on-premises system and database to explore current process and their constraints while considering future requirement, to migrate client data on cloud servers, to build ETL tools for our new cloud server for data processing, and the last but not the least, building of interactive dashboards for easier analysis and reporting. So we have following items for this project are establish our connection with identified on-premises servers and databases, set up a cloud environment, build pipelines for extraction, transformation, and loading of data into the cloud environment, build interactive dashboards for human resource and finance, conduct a handover training and relevant stakeholders, and handover documentation. Now coming to the out of scope of the project are like continuous support of the cloud environment after handover, the third-party software acquisition and licensing, and the predictive model. So these are some of the out of scope of the project. Now coming to the outcomes and benefits. So outcomes are the development of cloud server and data migration from on-premise servers, a single source of truth for all Aspire Financials data, more computing capacity for further business expansion endeavors, and dashboards for HR and finance departments. And here are some of the benefits are, number one is reduced dependency on on-premises equipment, decrease in operational and management costs of hardware, no major expenses for further business expansion, and the real-time dashboards that will help Aspire Financials track relevant KPIs. So Astha will, sorry.
No, it's Korede.
Okay, so Korede is going to present about the business process visualization.
All right, thank you for going through that, Nikita. So for the business process visualization, so for our business process visualization, as an investment bank, Aspire Financials has many complex business processes. For this project, we will have to understand all the processes that have interaction with the on-premise database and we'll be migrating data from. One of such process is the new customer investment process. And for this, we made use of a flowchart with swim lanes to visualize it. On the swim lane, we have the customer, human resource department, advisor of operations, and we have finance. The flowchart basically just shows us how new customers first create their accounts, fund it, monitor their investments, and finally exit the investment or reinvest. For the project execution, please, you can take it to the next slide. For the project execution plan, the process follows a structured software development lifecycle approach, and it is divided into 5 phases. Please, next slide. The 5 phases are the requirements phase, the design phase, development phase, testing phase, and release phase. So for each of these phases, for the requirements phase, what we're trying to do is for the requirement phase, these techniques such as stakeholder walkthrough and data inventory are employed to gather and understand business needs and data sources. For the design phase, the project team selects suitable cloud resources based on predefined criteria. For the development phase, we're going to make use of tools like Apache Nefi and to build ETL pipelines, while Microsoft Azure as the chosen cloud resource. For the testing phase, we are trying to ensure the data quality and reliability through various testing techniques. And for the release phase, we're going to visualize the data with a visualization tool, which is Power BI. So next slide, please. So for the key execution processes, these ones are divided into 6. The stakeholder walkthrough process, the data inventory and mapping, cloud resource selection, ETL framework development, visualization tool evaluation, training, and documentation. So basically, the stakeholder walkthrough is just helping us to go through the different departments at Aspire Financials to have a feel of what goes on in each of these departments, and for us to be able to identify relevant on-premise databases. Right. So when we're done with that, please next slide. When we're done with that, we'll go over to the data inventory and mapping phase. Please next slide. And on this slide, on this phase, we're trying to just identify all the databases and servers that hold relevant data, understand the data structure and mapping data flows. Next slide, please. For the cloud resource selection, we're trying to define criteria for selecting a suitable cloud resource and consider factors like scalability, cost effectiveness, and compliance requirements. Next slide. For the next slide, please. For the visualization tool evaluation, we are trying to evaluate various visualization tools based on criteria such as ease of use, scalability, and compatibility with data sources. And finally, to conclude our process, we are going to go through the training and documentation, where we will provide training sessions to all relevant stakeholders and create a comprehensive handover documentation. Thank you. Ashta, over to you.
Thank you, Corey. So for the ethics and data management plan, like our main motto is to maintain the confidentiality and transparency among the client. So we will strictly work on that to maintain the confidentiality. That's our main duty. And the value is always present in our thinking, and we need to validate data will solely from the basis of our observations, conclusions, recommendations, as well as decision making. And for that, we use various kinds of strategies and repeatable processes. We will also thoroughly explain and document our analysis in detail for the client so that our transparency in all activities can be maintained. Next slide, please. So all the unethical behavior, such as exaggerating the results, that is not tolerated. and will be forthright and accountable if we make mistakes. Observation of a deadline is the must, and if failure to do so, it is considered as a breach of ethics. So we will not falsely interpret or fabricate or misrepresent the data to validate our findings. And since it's part of our maintaining transparency with our clients or customers, we will sign a non-disclosure agreement that is acceptable to our client and adheres to its condition. And even if it's a bad news, we are supposed to tell the truth to our customers, and we will double check our research for quality, accuracy, and to maintain integrity as well. Next slide, please. For the information management, data is an main asset to any organization. So for the Aspire financials also, it goes the same, like our data is the main asset. And we give assurance that all the information provided is built in our trust, and it will be protected and it should be private. Data is supposed to be doing in a confidential way. And we'll also notify the client of the discovery of any sensitive information at any stage, including their personal identifying information or other confidential information. Next slide, please. Like I said before, the original data, it needs to be maintained confidentially. So the original data or other information that entrusted to us is stored in a secure location such as SharePoint, and it will remain unchanged. And the copies of original data will be used for cleaning, discovery, manipulation, and analysis for the future purposes as well. Naming conventions and version controls will segregate documentation, data sets, and work products. So each of us will align with the applicable phase of the project. All work will only be conducted through the secure applications and will remain unaltered. And the information sharing is secured from the potential risk using encrypted channels such as SharePoint. Next slide, please. So for the implementation plan, I would like to ask Anmol to proceed further. Thank you.
Thanks for going over the ethics and data management, Asta. Moving forward to the implementation plan, we have the project charter, the requirements phase. We will be completing them in the month of October. For design phase, we have our deadline in December, and we will complete the development and the testing phase by February. Release phase should be done by March, and the project closeout phase should be done by April. For the project charter and the requirement phase, I will be leading it with the whole team. And for design phase and the development phase, Korede will be the lead person for these two phases, and the whole team will be supporting him. For testing phase and the release phase, Nikita and Asta would be taking care of it, and will be working with the whole team for any other task. And for client presentation, handover of the deliverables phase and the project closeout, the whole team will be working together to get those tasks done. Next slide, please. In conclusion, we want to express our clear understanding of the project's vital objectives and requirements. We are confident in our ability to navigate the problems or complexities of migrating and enhancing Aspire Financial's data management and reporting systems. With a committed team and a well-defined plan that incorporates the right techniques and tools, we are fully equipped to deliver results that align with the client's directives. Next slide, please. If there's any questions or any queries, please feel free to reach out to us on Teams or email. And next slide, please. And thank you. Once again, we want to extend our heartfelt gratitude to the client for entrusting us with this opportunity. We look forward to working with the client and collaborating closely to ensure the successful completion of this project in line with their expectations. Thank you for considering us for this important endeavor. We look forward to working with you.